Probably no better fight, no more. I guess it's close to a 50-50, right?
100%. I feel like Martin Bakole's been the most avoided man in the heavyweight division for a long time for a reason. I rate him highly. He's a dangerous guy, but again, Parker has been, he looks in form, he looks thick, he looks strong, and he's been preparing for a power puncher like Daniel Dubois for 3 months. So he's going to be in there ready.
Anthony Yarde has fans cracking up with his latest comments on Martin Bakole. After seeing Bakole's massive size ahead of his fight with Joseph Parker, Yarde couldn't help but joke that Bakole's been on a strict diet of yams and beer. But is there some truth to his words? Let's break it all down.
And Bakole's coming 24 hours notice. As I said, probably after being, a bit tipsy on Guinness last night. But again, man, we just want to see a good fight.
Okay, the main event, let's talk about that. We know you've dealt with Beterbiev before, he said the toughest test of his career at one point, and that was like a huge credit to what you did in that ring that night. I know you're looking at the main event. What do you think is going to happen in this rematch? What do you think you can take from the first fight and what's going to happen?
During a recent interview, Anthony Yarde was asked about the Parker versus Bakole fight, and instead of giving a serious breakdown, Yarde came with the jokes. He said, and I quote, "Bakole been eating yams and drinking beer before this. Fight!" The comment had fans rolling, but it also raises a good question. Is Bakole really in the best shape for this fight?
What I take from the first fight with Beterbiev, I want a rematch. I've been saying this from the fight first happened. I would love a rematch. But with the fight he's got against Bivol, number 2, I see it being a very entertaining fight. Probably a bit more entertaining than the first fight. And this fight, I do see it being a knockout.
I think a lot of people saw the first fight was so close and they can't...
Now let's talk facts. Bakole is a huge heavyweight. He's naturally big, but he has also been criticized in the past for his conditioning. We've seen him slow down in fights before. So, is Yarde just making a joke, or is he pointing out something real? Because against someone like Joseph Parker, who is always well-conditioned, any extra weight could be a disadvantage.
Decide who wins because of how the first fight played out. It's in the later rounds that either guy wins it. How do you see this fight being won for Bivol? Do you agree that it's the later rounds?
The fight being won for who?
For Bivol, does he have to win in the later round?
I think Beterbiev wins this fight. I think if Bivol does win, he's going to have to be able to stick and move like he did for the first 6 rounds. And that's going to be the task. I've been in there with Beterbiev and it's a consistent pressure. He's in your face 24/7. Even when he's a bit far away from you,
Of course, fans had a field day with Yarde's comment. Some were saying Bakole is just built like that naturally, while others joked that maybe he really has been enjoying a few too many cheat meals. Even, some boxing analysts are wondering if Bakole's size will help him overpower Parker or if it will slow him down.
You got to be wary of, the jumping, leaping punches. And that's why we saw a bit of a fade in the first fight.
Lyndon Arthur, your man. Trilogy, not many people get to have a trilogy. Just talk us through that fight. It's a great fight.
He's definitely not my man. But, yeah, man, there's no words other than, show up.
And Joshua Buatsi on this card as well, fighting Callum Smith. How do you see that fight? I know you still want to fight Joshua Buatsi. That fight should have happened already, and I know you've been...
Jokes aside, Bakole is a dangerous fighter. If he can use his size the right way, he might give Parker some serious problems. But if Yarde is right, and that weight is slowing him down, Parker could outwork him. So, what do y'all think?
Been wanting that for a long time.
Yeah, how I see the fight going, again, I don't know. It's a 50-50 fight based on their, ability and based on credentials. But again, you can't overlook Smith, and I feel like it's an interesting fight.
Why haven't you fought Buatsi yet? What's the reasoning? On your part?
It's just a long wait. It's a long explanation. But the fight has not... Lions in the camp! The fight...
Is Bakole in the best shape of his career, or has he been enjoying too much good food? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing updates.